First. Ron Harrison alongside me, Robbie Koenig. And of course, courtside, we have Wally Masur, who we'll go to if he's ready. Wally, can you hear us?
And hear you. You've got me down here.
We've got you. That's good.
No surprise. Bomb from Taylor Fritz. First ball, 208. And herein lies the problem for Stan, who's probably feeling the effects of his 5-set epic against Artur Gaya just a couple of days ago. And he'll need to be sparkling with his footwork to get hold of a lot of these returns, and the rally ball from Taylor's so heavy. It's going to be a difficult assignment for him. We expect him to get better as the match goes on. Let's give Stan about half an hour to work that lactic acid out of the muscles.
It's like a good old diesel locomotive, isn't he? Oh, how about that? That's not a bad way to start. Almost a quad squad of aces there.
Not even a minute on the clock yet. Just hit a minute, so under a minute for his first hold.
I'm a big fan of his service motion. It's so simple. We could talk about that as this set goes on.
Well, it's been good to see him finding form here throughout the Australian Open. If you go back to the end of last year, when he had Carlos up a set and had a lot of chances there in the ATP finals to close out that match against Carlos. Following that, he lost that match. He lost a tight match to Demonar, and he started this year losing 3 out of his first 4 matches at the United Cup. So he's been really working hard to get his way into form. It's been a long time since Taylor would have lost 5 out of 6 matches in a row. You go back to the 2 losses he had at the end of last year after winning that opening match at the group stages against Musetti. Take a look in. There's girlfriend Morgan. Physio Wolf. You know Wolf pretty well, right?
I do. Aussie. Wolfgang Oswald, who's such an important part of the team. Of course, part of the reason why Taylor didn't play so well at the start of the season at United Cup was tendonitis in his knee. It's hampered his off-season training. It's such an uncomfortable one because whenever you squat, you feel the pain, and of course tennis has so much of that. Here's your good friend
Mike Russell. I worked with him for a year, and on his right, our left, Paul Annacone. Former coach of Pete Sampras, Roger Federer, among many others.
Not a bad resume to have. But I tell you what, as far as resume is concerned, I tell you that Mike Russell looks like a Formula One driver. He's got more patches than any coach or any player, so he's doing really well.
Well, you can see he's been doing really well. This is a matchup where Taylor Fritz 68%, and that's one of the times I actually agree with the win predictor. I think that's right about where I'd put it as well.
Always likes a chip return or two to Stan, and he'll do that off both the forehand and backhand side. It's been a real trademark of his throughout the course of his immense career. Well, we often discuss the serve. How good is this one? I love the simplicity of it.
It's simple action. He has good action getting up to the top in a hurry. It's not quite as abbreviated as Andy Roddick, but it has more of that abbreviated look as he takes it straight up. He gets to that top point, and for his size, he still gets good leg drive, which allows for that motion to maximize his peak spot. And of course, the higher you can get the ball and the more you can drive up, you're going to get it from a higher vertical position, and it opens up the cross-court angles, to shorten the box angles, as well as having just the overall snap and the power to rain it down the tee. So he has all the serves. Take a look at this knee bend here. It's a really good knee flexion.
Ryan, I was doing a little bit of homework on the serve, and it was interesting to me. The depth of your knee flexion is not as important as how quickly you explode out of it.
Yeah.
So you can have a lesser knee flexion, but if you're quick out of it, you'll get more explosive energy.
Well, that would make sense, as you know, the jump is the important part, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
vertical hip displacement is the technical term, and Wolf, you'll know all about that. His physio. It's 2-1 first set. It was an epic match here last year. Did Taylor Fritz? I was on the Margaret Court Arena, if memory serves. I did it against Fils. Fritz's loss to Monfils. That was in the third round. Beat Brooksby and Garin before Monfils played probably one of the best matches, certainly in the second half of his career. He was relentless just when we thought he might let up. Did the exact opposite. It was pedal to the metal.
Sitting down there courtside, obviously at Stan's age and having played such a long match, sometimes it's difficult to recover, especially in the early goings. How's his body looking as he's moving around?
Yeah, he looks pretty good. It's clean. He had trouble with one second serve return that jumped over his head. He didn't seem too sharp blocking that return back, but he's certainly hitting the ball very cleanly from the back. And sometimes too, when players are fatigued, you kind of look at their serve, they lose a bit of margin, they lose a bit of leg drive, but he's actually started off really well. It's interesting watching Taylor. It's just so much easy power coming from all parts of the court, and obviously that'll be Stan's predicament, trying to negate some of that power and turning defence into attack a reasonable amount of times.
Well, Taylor was telling me at the United Cup that when his knee starts to give him trouble throughout the match, it can affect his explosion on his serve, and he feels like he starts to all-arm the serve without getting that leg drive. So we'll see how far in the rearview mirror that knee problem is as he works his way into this match. Another clean hole for Wawrinka.
Just on the Taylor Fritz serve, and I'm here courtside, pretty much on the baseline where Taylor's serving. I love the, he's got that very deliberate ball toss, very strong left arm. He gets in a great position, and then he delays the right arm. It catches up quickly at the end, so it's sort of this easy action that promotes into a really fast hit and a big snap over the ball. It's a very good, I mean, he's a big man, that helps, but it is a very, very good service motion. And when he drops into the court, he falls just inside the baseline, and I'm always looking for that because that means it's right shoulder over left, not right shoulder around left. He's not stumbling into the court. He maintains his position throughout the serve. Great looking motion.
Yeah, that's so true, Wally. I think it's oftentimes overlooked, the end of the service motion, when someone maintains that posture and finishes in a way that they have that strong stance at the end of it. I think that's a key component. You want to be powerful.
I think in a weird way, the changes that Carlos has made to his serve at the start have helped the finish.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing when you throw a ball or when you hit a ball. It's easy to try and help it and see if you can get your body motion getting going. But the more that you do that and you get out of control with your upper body, you start to lose consistency.
I saw Fritz do a lovely video on the serve when he was at Eastbourne 2 years ago, and it's obviously a shot that just comes so easily to him, and he just showed how he could serve platform or step up and it would be the same result. Feels very comfortable doing both. That was a brilliant serving tutorial. And he understands the technical side of the game very well. Some players who are natural players don't describe the technical side well, but he's a real student of the game. It's 3-2. Quite an ironic camera shot. The girl sitting directly behind Stan is wearing an RF hat, because he became the oldest player to reach the men's round of 16 here at a major ever since Kenny Rosewell. Time. He was 44, and that's unbelievable. Been a good start so far for Stan on serve. Boy, has this guy played some epic matches in Oz. How can you ever forget the match against Djokovic 2013? I think it was around a 16. 5 hours and 2 minutes. Of course, there were no 10-point match tiebreakers back then. Stan snuck it out 12-10 in the fifth. I think that's for Stan's parents that we saw there.
Well, he was not able to finish it off there, but you can see a concerted effort here to be aggressive with the first ball strike. Even on this ball, he's slightly backing up, and he notices the open court. And I like the move, even though he didn't get the payoff at the end.
How quickly are these guys motoring through their service games, both serving in the 70%ers. 77 for Stan, 71 for Taylor. Just wondering if conditions are pretty lively down there. Well, I thought with the roof closed it might be a little cooler.
Yeah, I think it's actually really pleasant, probably 24, 25 degrees, but they're just powerful players, aren't they? I mean, Taylor's got power in all quarters. And I was just going to ask Ryan the question, if Stan can get a few of these returns back into play, do you think his best bet is to just play big and try to expose the movement of Taylor? Or do you think using his backhand slice, kind of change it up a little bit, can have some benefits?
Stan beat Kopriva in the opening round. It's good depth. Wally's already mentioned the previous round. He beat the Frenchman Jaya in 5 sets. Fritz beating another Frenchman, Valentin Royer, in his opening match. And correction from me. First round, Stan beat Esler Gerre. Kopriva lost to Taylor Fritz in the second round. Taylor's girlfriend, just to the right of hers, Mike Russell's wife.
14, that's it.
Already up to 7 aces in the matches, Fritz.
That was a good look there on the previous point. Stan worked the point and got a big forehand crack at it. Couldn't quite find the line. Early on, it feels like Wawrinka's got a lot of the crowd. Wally, what are you sensing down there?
Yeah, about 98% of it, I think, except for Taylor's family and friends corner in his player box.
I thought we saw the leads. Who's the guitarist for Guns N' Roses? Just had a blank there, Wally. You're gonna have to help me out. Slash. I think we saw him in the crowd there. He's got an appetite for destruction. There he is.
This is danger zone early on. Last game with the old balls. Wawrinka's been serving really well. You can see early on the misfiring on the forehand side for Taylor Fritz. 6 unforced errors already.
Wawrinka will know is that Fritz almost never serves in volleys, so his chip return, it's always an option.
And that's a great point, Robbie. At the United Cup, I called a lot of his matches, and Magnus was talking to him a lot about his chip return. That's beautiful. stuff. And right on cue, they were talking about the length on that chip return, just getting it past the service line through the court, get yourself an opportunity to get back in the point and then start asserting yourself with your big ground strokes, which is exactly what he's doing there to set up a second break point opportunity.
That's unlike Stan to leave that backhand just landing so short.
It's a tough balance when someone's been making mistakes, so you don't want to miss the return. It makes you want to go a little bit more safe with it, but then leaving it too short, as you said, it's a rarity for Wawrinka's backhand.
Advantage, Fritz.
.210 easy power. Not even close to redlining that serve. That is a scary thought.
Well, Fritz likes the T serve in this ad court. He's developed that wide serve a lot, but that's still the one he likes. Sometimes he pulls down exactly as he did there on the T serve and doesn't quite get the same action and snap on it. All this makes me think is how great Carlos Alcaraz's drop shot is. So many other players try to play it with regularity and just to get it to a spot, but Carlos does it all the time. It's so difficult. Guys move too well. If you leave it up at all, it'll make you pay.
Just so easy on the eye.
Isn't it funny, you go back to that break point where Stan was pretty determined to get the ball back in and make him play there. He's down game point, he goes for it. These are all the decisions you have to make, and then you have to execute. He probably wishes he had that break point over again. Not much you can do about that. That is 214, so the accuracy is still there. Nothing changes about his motion, just a bit more explosive power. It really is a brilliant serve. Up to 9 aces.
Fritz leads 4 against the striker.
Good contest. It's a great picture. Olympic gold, 3 majors, 3 different majors. That's what's so cool about what Wawrinka has been able to achieve in his career.
Time.
Well, new balls here. It's always tough to shake off a game where you nearly broke and had a good second serve look. So point of emphasis here for Wawrinka.
Well, there's not many players who have won more majors than they have Masters 1000. Stan's one of them. Just the one Masters 1000 that he won on the clay in Monte Carlo beat the monogrammed maestro that is Roger Federer, his fellow countryman in the final. The other three finals he contested, lost to Nadal in Madrid, Roger in Indian Wells, and Djokovic in Rome. Of course, the famous post-match speech by him in Indian Wells after he lost to Roger. He broke down. Pretty emotional week for him it was. I don't know if you guys remember it, but it was pretty funny when he swore at him on live TV.
Yeah. Yep. Some of those moments will just live in your memory. They went really big on the second serve there, but Fritz has a nice compact backswing, so that comes in at 178 Ks. But Fritz with a nice little U-turn on the forehand side, he's able to get that ball directed in the corner. Now, critical moment here for Wawrinka.
Taylor's a big frame. It's just interesting watching him return serve. Even when Stan hits a quality serve that gets genuine bite and lifts up, Fritz is tall enough and strong enough, even up around shoulder height. He kind of smothers it with two hands on the backhand. Doesn't seem to present a problem for him.
Good hold with the last game of the old balls.
4 games on.
Excuse me, what am I talking about? First game with the new balls. I thought they were going for a change of end there, Ryan.
That's okay, Robbie. We've all been there for a moment, but Wawrinka is stepping up and playing big boy tennis here. He was knocking on the door in the last Fritz service game. Fritz has relied heavily on his serve to hang in there in this match. He's at 9 aces, no double faults, 70% first serves.
I've got to admit, I didn't see this playing out quite the same. I thought Stan would start a little slowly, be heavy, be fatigued, because I called his last match, which was a 4.5-hour epic with a lot of emotion. But he's actually come out moving well, and I would say he's striking the ball 20% better than he did in the previous round.
Well, Wally, I got the pleasure of doing a couple matches at the United Cup with Wawrinka, where he got 5 matches. And that's one of the beautiful things about that format for the event, is even if you lose those matches, you can get guaranteed matches throughout the event. And that's what he was able to do. So even though he went 1-4 in the event, he had 3 matches that went 3 hours plus. And that's a lot of preparation to get in the legs and get in your body before you get into a major. And so I think that this is paying off, or this is the payoff for all that work.
Another speedy hold for Taylor. And we're on serve. We've only been playing for 29 minutes. How extreme his grip is there.
Yeah, pretty Western. I don't think it's easy to not to realize how Western he is with that grip over there.
I think that's so far west. Yeah. I think we should call it a Hawaiian.
That's a why. At what point do you get so far west that it just starts to get into a different continent?
I mean, that's not too far away from like an Alberto Barrasategui grip.
That's
Remember
way
that
over
guy?
there.
I mean, it's way over there,
Yeah.
right?
But the amazing thing is how much extension he still gets. You know, the tendency with that Western grip is you want to pull down and get an over spin.
Time.
It's been a hot one under the midday sun and late into the afternoon. Of course, it's early evening now, 6:15 local time. The roofs are closed because of the heat stress index being so high that for the safety of the players and their health, matches on the outside courts were suspended until the temperature dropped, and we're getting pretty close to that now. So very simple serve, but uses a lot more of his upper body, does Stan.
Well, it's interesting, all the topspin that Taylor gets on the forehand. Close to 3,000 RPMs. I think because he hits the ball through the court, it's easy to assume he doesn't get a lot of topspin, but it's actually not the case. Forward and outward trajectory and revolution. People associate with high spin always with that looper, the one that clears the net by 6 to 8 feet.
5 games up.
Yeah, exactly. Take away the wide one in the deuce. That's it.
Saying take away the wide serve on the deuce side. He feels as though Fritz is targeting the short angle serve on the wide forehand. So I'd expect to see Wawrinka anticipating.
It's very interesting that they recognize that serve out wide on the deuce side, because we have the luxury of pulling up some stats, and you can see the tournament so far, there's no doubt that Fritz favors that serve out wide on the first court. A little bit more, 60-40 is the split between tee and wide.
Well, that's what I was saying a moment ago, when he's a natural server to the right-hander's forehand side. He hits that off one better than he used to, that's for sure, but he tends to always favor toward those right-handed forehand courts. And that's his pattern he likes to build. He'll use the other side as a change-up.
14 left.
That's the problem. He's got the ability to hit all four corners.
It's relentless too, isn't it? Everything's up over 200, 208.
12 aces now in 6 service games.
I'm going to have to do a deep dive and to see the most aces that he's ever served in a match soon, and we're only 11 games in to the first set. It's 6-5.
Time.
Full house here on Cain Arena. Men's third round action, of course, yesterday at the start of the third round. Have a think about this. 75% of the draw has already gone home.
It's amazing how quickly these tournaments thin out, how difficult it is to make your way through to this part of the tournament.
These guys are very much alive and kicking. You're on serve in the first set. Wins earlier today. In this court specifically, Lorenzo Musetti coming through in 5 against Thomas Mahach. A win for American Ben Shelton. Luciano Dardari won. So did Yannick Sinner. Those two Italians will play each other now in round 4.
39.
You know, I think Stan has come out here today with a mindset that Taylor Fritz is the #9 player in the world. There's no disgrace in losing to him. It's almost taken the pressure off him. I think against Gaia in the previous round, he knew he could win that match because he played much tighter. He was nowhere near as free as this. Might help him being the underdog.
Well, apart from that one game where Wawrinka had a couple break points, it's been pretty much a serving clinic.
With you constantly mentioning the aces, I had to go quickly into the archives, Ryan.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what you found.
And see how many aces. Oh, listen to this.
I mean, look at that energy. I mean, what can a crowd do for you if you want to know what crowd and how big of a factor that extra man? I mean, look at this.
Announced at the start of the season that this year would be his last on tour. And tennis fans here down under are very knowledgeable. They know that this could possibly be the last time they see him. They're hoping that's not the case. Fritz, most aces in a match, 32. In fact, it was right here back in 2023 against Nicholas Basilashvili. In the opening round, 32 aces. Next best was 29. That was last year at Wimbledon. It was against Pechi Perikor. In fact, also last year at Wimbledon, he served 27 aces against Gabby Diallo. Those were in back-to-back rounds. Stan's mum and dad, front left.
Yep. Good to have them down here supporting their boy on as he finishes out his last Australia campaign.
It's Taylor Fritz at his ground stroking best. And coach Mike Russell knows that.
1. Great.
Taylor's girlfriend looking very stoic. All business out here.
Well, you get the feeling that Fritz needs this tiebreaker, but Wawrinka needs it a bit more. Just the way that he had to play so deep in the 5th set in that match. Obviously, he's responded pretty well, but I think Fritz has got a little bit fresher tank.
4-1. Fritz.
But the way he's been serving, Wawrinka getting both of these points is absolutely crucial. A double mini break with Fritz already now at 13 aces in the opening set. That would feel like a done deal. So Wawrinka needs both of these.
Well, I've got to admit, I like the slice. He's a tall man, Taylor Fritz. That stayed below knee height, and that's the key. If you're going to play a slice, it's got to be sort of positive in the sense that you are dominating the ball and not reaching for it and floating it. But with that extreme grip, you've discussed the Western, and with his height, that was always going to be a difficult shot for Taylor.
I'm liking the energy from the corner. Magnus Norman, one of the best coaches in the business. Taylor's serve has been so reliable here early on. I mean, even the service motion and service locations he hit that isn't aces, he's serving at a high clip. This is the look here. Wawrinka's got to do something with the second serve return.
always been one of the best backhands in the business. It's hard, it's heavy, and it's deep.
Let for service.
Fritz going way back on the first serve return here, giving Wawrinka a different look. He's about 2 meters full back behind his normal position right now.
Let.
He's very cerebral, Fritz. Wawrinka's been serving amazing throughout this set. He's won 18 of 19 first serve points, and Fritz at the crucial moments gives him a different look. 13 aces already. Can he find a 14th?
Over half of his first serves have been unreturned. Set point Fritz. And he improves that number when it matters most. Highly competitive opening set, but it goes the way of the American in a tiebreak.
Well, he's so clutch, and when he's playing his best, he just backs himself in those biggest moments. He's got that relentless confidence that we were talking about early on. Knows when the crunch time moments matter, and he's got to lock in, and he did so there at 5-all, just enduring a few more shots than Wawrinka could at the end of the set. Let's take a look by the numbers. As we said, Wawrinka behind that first serve points won at 95%, but when it mattered, his first serve percentage just dropped ever so slightly, down at 56%. Fritz was very aggressive. 20 winners, 14 unforced errors. A lot of those winners coming just with the one swing of the serve. As you can see, Wawrinka, he was the only chance to break there. He had 2 of them and he couldn't convert. One of them was a pretty good look at a second serve return. He couldn't quite make good on it. Taylor Fritz survives a grueling opening set.
A set that really is the epitome of one-strike tennis. Very few long rallies.
Time.
Watching another unreturned sail by. That really has been the platform that the Fritz game has flourished off of that first serve.
Second set.
Serving at 75% first serves, and that's quite astonishing, especially when you think how big the Fritz serve is. He's not just rolling it in there, sitting it tight to the lines. It was a good set from Stan, even though he lost it.
I think Taylor might be hoping for a bit more warm weather, playing his matches under a closed roof. I mean, his serve was just untouchable in that set. There was that one little opportunity for Stan, but constantly over 200 and accurate. It's going to be tough now for Stan after that set. It was tight. There wasn't much in it, but If he just loses a little bit of belief against Taylor Fritz, he could be in a bit of trouble.
And energy, I would say as well. I'd add to that. Well, he's been out here for 51 minutes, and basically he has to start from scratch again. The scoring system in this sport is crazy if you think about it, because literally Wawrinka is starting all over again. He's in the same position as he was at the very start of the match. So the 38 odd points that he won in set number 1 count for naught. And I've often said the person who invented the scoring system in our sport is either a genius or he is the devil in disguise.
I think I've thought he was both throughout the course of my career. Taylor Fritz had a theory growing up that you should never win a set 6 love. He thought it was a bad omen.
Let first service. First game, second set.
It's not easy to break the Fritz serve, and we know he's got one of the best serves in the business, but it's the variety and the accuracy and the pace that is so impressive. So let's take a look at the serve throughout the tournament so far, Ryan.
Well, this tends to make you believe that he does favor the one side. He's got about a 19% differential on both the deuce and the ad court. The 19% being in favor of the right-hander's forehand side. Some of that could be matchup dependent on who he's playing, but I think a lot of that is he likes to hit that slicing, snapping motion as the one that brings the control in. He does go the other way, not without accuracy, but he does just have that slight favoritism.
The thing that's so difficult too is his serve, because it's a great motion and he's a tall man, it hits the court and it starts to lift. So it's not coming through at 208 waist height. There's that vicious forehand with the full Western grip, but it rises off the court, and for Stan as a single-hander, it's complicated on that backhand side to make a telling return.
Stan getting the crowd going again. He's played 64 matches at the Australian Open, 6th most of any man, and you can see how much they appreciate everything he's brought over the years.
pressure point so far. No surprise. Slightly tilted in Fritz's favour. Nice way to bring up a break point.
Oh my God.
Right on the money. The beautiful brutality of the backhand setting it up.
Wawrinka leads 2 games to none.
How about this roar? Stan the man.
And were we just surmising what might happen if he lost a bit of energy and belief? He does exactly the opposite. And after that mighty roar, he came back and spoke to his coach, and he was calm and serene. Amazing match player.
I think it's hard to quantify how difficult it is to win your first major at the first time of asking winning a final. Of course, Stan in his career did it against the world #1. His first 2 from a set down. Both occasions, of course, here against Nadal.
That's tough to cover, isn't it? Line, hit with that sort of a venom. But, Robbie, I think it speaks to just talking about that first major in 2014 and, of course, beating the #1 player in the world a couple of times to win his majors. Stan, we focus on the shots, you know, the beautiful backhand and the technique and just how good he is, but he's a bull. Like, he has an abrasive personality. He loves competition. He has a lot of belief. You know, he's technically so sound, it gives you belief. He doesn't fear any reputation.
You're so right. It was Djokovic he beat to win Roland Garros in 2015 when he was world #1 there, and of course he beat him again in 16 to win the US Open. So you can still have a lot of belief, can't you, Will? But to go out there and do it, there's great players. Andy Murray had a lot of belief, but it took him 5 goes before he could win his first major. Ivan Lendl was a mental giant. He needed a couple of cracks at it as well.
Well, having to do it, and being from Switzerland and having the great Roger Federer just there and trying to, I guess, get out of the shadow in Swiss tennis for so long, and to be able to stay in your own bubble and just focus on your own development. And this is what he does so well. He's such a big match player. He understands the moment.
Such a simple yet effective serve. He's raced to a 3-love lead.
Time.
What a response this has been. Invested a lot of time and effort in that opening set. Understandable that at 40 years of age, the spirits might be a little low after losing that opening set, but it wasn't the case for the champion. Wawrinka is. Life is 10% what happens to you, 90% how you respond to it. You responded like a champion, 3-love already.
Can you make an agreement with me right now that you'll just text me that every morning, the 10%, what happens, 90%? I mean, how good of a quote is that?
Listen, Ryan, I think maybe a tattoo on the inside of your left arm.
Is that right?
So you can just read it when you get up.
All right, I like it.
Yeah.
Just like Wawrinka has right there on his left forearm. What does his say? Fail better? Something to that extent? Something about...
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we're kind of saying it half jokingly, unless you guys are going to, you know, give me a few drinks, then take me to a tattoo parlor at some stage. I don't see it happening this evening, though. But Wawrinka, he put it right on his forearm there.
Yep. I'll tell you what it said now.
Game, Fritz.
Let's see if we manage to get a shot of it as well. There's not much that we can't access with our camera crew, Ryan. But I'll tell you what it is, look out for it. Ever tried, ever failed. No matter. Try again. Fail again. Fail better.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good as far as being original with the quotes you'll put on your forearm, and that'll fire you up.
It's a quote from the Irish author Samuel Beckett.
And Ryan, of course, Robbie has a tattoo. You won't see it when he's fully clothed. It says, it's important. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice.
Is that next to his Justin Bieber tattoo?
Let. Single service.
Boy, Fritz is starting to get a little flustered here. You know, just you can sense the crowd starting to really get behind Wawrinka. They have been throughout this match, and now that he's given them an early break here in set number 2, they're really digging in.
I don't know if I'm imagining it, but a couple of times when he's reached for that wide backhand, he's just reached under his right rib.
Such a good play against Fritz. I tell you what, the fans are fired up.
Let. First service.
Another serve placed with perfection. Swiss precision. 4-1 Stan leads.
Wawrinka leads 4 games to 1.
chance to win the Ultimate Australian Open Finals experience. Grab a ticket in the ATM lottery. Teams win. Flights, accommodation, exclusive dining experience, and more. All proceeds to the Australian Tennis Foundation. Simply scan the QR code on the big screen or jump on the website.
Time.
Well, if you're joining us for the first time today, a very good evening. My name is Robbie Koenig, delighted to have Ryan Harrison alongside me, Wally Masseur's courtside, to watch Stan Wawrinka in action against Taylor Fritz. And of course, this tournament, Stan has spent a fair few hours on the match court. 5 sets in his previous encounter against Arthur Jaya of France. Won it in a deciding set tiebreak. Rolling back the years, reminiscent of some of those epic matches that he had deep in this tournament. Of course, this was earlier now. We mentioned that match against Djokovic, round of 16, 5 hours and 2 minutes. Easy as you like.
Well, Wally, we've been paying attention to this courtside. Would you say that Wawrinka is moving as well or better than Taylor at the moment?
I was just about to say that. He's got a real spring in his step. I mean, he's reading the play well and he's moving, but there's genuine power in his movement. He looks good.
Wow. And this crowd is packed, and they are cheering on their honorary Australian here, as Wawrinka has given them a lot to fire up about. The versatility. For those who haven't been with us the whole time, Taylor Fritz has been heavily dependent on the serve, trying to keep this match within striking distance in the second set. 15 aces, no double faults for the match.
Wow.
Against 4 against 2.
Mark Russell and Paul Anacone, part of Team Fritz.
He's done that pretty well, hasn't he? Yeah. The big body of Taylor Fritz, he gets him going in one direction to cover the open court. He's gone back behind him on numerous occasions with great effect.
Well, early on, he was going open court a lot, and then as Taylor's had to adjust to try and take off early, now he's going behind him, just so smart and cerebral.
13-15.
Now, if that ball had gone over, would it have counted, right?
As long as the racket was touching his hand while he made contact. If the racket had left his hand and it was in air on contact, then it is a foul shot.
Just checking on you. Let's have a close look here. What do you reckon?
That would have counted. He didn't let go until after contact. I think he still had a finger on it.
Yeah, VAR might have been in use.
Could have been.
Okay, Fritz with a break point. Such good one-strike tennis.
Well, Fritz likes to back up sometimes, and every now and then as a change-up, I don't mind it, but he doesn't move well enough, in my opinion, to start that far back and cover the open court. I think it's okay every now and then, but I wouldn't fall in love with it if I was in the Fritz camp.
Well, that was interesting. It was the one ball that probably more than any in the match thus far that Taylor has really flicked up a little higher in terms of clearance of the net, revolutions, and it jumped above Stan's shoulder. Now, that's a much harder ball to get over with the single-hander. Let's see if he applies that sort of spin on a forehand when he gets the chance.
We'll see if he adjusts forward here on the second serve return.
Taylor's hitting the ball pretty well off the ground, but I thought there was another chance for him just to fire one up high and heavy into Stan's backhand corner, but he chose to sort of drive through the court, ultimately just dropping it a bit short.
You just get the feeling that this crowd is ready to erupt if Stan's able to get this hold on the board and make his way through set number 2. They are just right there behind him.
It's a brilliant hold. Invigorating the fans with his play. Stan leads 5-2 in the second. Well, it's been brilliant ball striking from both, but especially this guy. And Wawrinka's been incredible with his length. 28% of the shots that he's hit has been in that back zone. Anytime you're getting close to 30, you're a nightmare to deal with.
Yeah, most of the time we see that number in the teens, and he's hitting over 1 in 4 shots in that back section of the court.
How often do we talk about the perils of hitting a drop shot off a slice? As the ball goes down off your strings. Just when you hit a drop shot, you want a little bit of height so it lands softly.
Well, I'm just getting the feeling right now that Fritz isn't backing himself in the baseline rallies. He's becoming reliant on the serve, and as the rally carries on, it's Wawrinka who's feeling more confident.
A Stan special. Sending the fans into a frenzy. What a way to bring up 3 set points. Tell you what, I think this is a dangerous scoreline, because if Fritz is able to get out of this one, which is very possible given how well he's been serving, a lot of additional pressure on Wawrinka, but set points to be had here.
13-14.
Does indeed get the break. An authoritative set to tennis from Stan. And we're at a set apiece. He wins the second, 6-2.
Wants it.
Well, early on there in set 2, he could sense the moment. He needed to get the energy going after that first set tiebreaker, and you can see the way the crowds responded. He got that early break, and he's continued to keep that momentum. It was a pretty flawless set number 2. Taylor Fritz is going to go off the court, get a full change, and try and reset there.
I don't know if you guys saw it up there, and the camera certainly flashed off it, but Taylor really grabbed that lower rib cage after that final backhand. Whether you just got a little strain there, it's certainly bothering when dragged wide to the backhand.
Yeah, well, let's take a look by the stats here. Stan again dominant on first serve, points won. In the match, he's only lost 3 points on his first serve in the entire match. So at 88% there, He kept the first serve percentage up at 64%, but let's look here at second serve points won. Taylor Fritz only winning 29% of points behind his second serve, and the winners count way down. Just 6 winners there for Taylor Fritz in set number 2. Set number 1, he had about 20 winners. So this was a big-time tale of 2 different sets here. Stan Wawrinka with all the momentum going into the 3rd set.
And how good some of the shot making. That in particular was out of this world. That got the fans out of their seats. It's always been Stan's style. Understated but confident. Familiar pose after hitting a spectacular shot. So what he was talking about, Fritz and his abdominal region, I think we got a shot of it, Ryan.
Yeah, let's take a look here, see what Wally was saying. That's a good catch by Wally there. He misses this shot and then kind of pulls up, and that looks like, yeah, ab. It definitely is something.
Yeah, he reached for it a few times in the first set, not quite as dramatically as that, so maybe just something that's getting a little worse as the match goes on. We'll keep an eye out for that.
Wawrinka quickly back. Taylor Fritz is taking a full change of attire right now. You get 5 minutes to do so, and he's got about 3 remaining.
Do you think this is more strategic than necessary?
Yeah, I mean, the conditions are, how are they down there right now, Wally?
Yeah, totally benign. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And whilst the players just wait, and obviously Fritz doing a change of clothes, MC Adrian Franklin doing a good job keeping the fans entertained.
Stan just asking a few questions of the umpire. These good players, they like to orchestrate proceedings, keep the umpires on their toes.
A little bit of nourishment as well. Bejeweled dates are made pretty popular by Novak. Best form of natural sugar, I'm told.
Robbie, you'd love it out here. They're just pumping out the village people, YMCA.
Tell you what, could show a couple of moves, cut some rug.
Well, Wawrinka, 40 years young. He might have to start doing the YMCA to stay loose over there.
Wally, you'll be well aware of some of our favourite haunts back in the day in Turak Road. We had some good evenings out at the Saloon Bar, where this was often the DJ's choice.
Well, Wally, I'm looking at you courtside and wondering if that's gonna, if you're gonna start doing the YMCA.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, I just have no moves whatsoever. I always left that to Robbie.
I could see that.
I tell you what, I left those moves to JL. He was the man on the dance floor. My doubles partner of many years. Stoic-looking camp, and you can understand why. You might be worried if he's got a couple of injury concerns. knee bothered him somewhat at the United Cup. Grabbing his right rib cage area, abdominal area. And it's a set all.
Wawrinka to serve.
All even. Becomes a 2 out of 3 set match now.
Foot fault there for Wawrinka. Fritz is now stretching at it again, touching that side.
It's definitely when he's forced to lunge to that backhand wing.
He's just been relentless on serve.
And for Fritz's serve, he had 13 aces in that opening set and down to just 3 in set number 2. So you wonder if that injury is starting to inhibit him to serve a little bit.
It's definitely come down in pace, the Taylor Fritz serve, as this match has gone on. At the start of the match, he was in excess of 205 so many times. But what I did like a couple of times in that second set, Taylor Fritz would serve at fault, wide or down the tee, and Stan would hit it back. And, you know, I quite like that play because it's basically saying, look, I've got that serve covered. Stan just imposing himself on the match.
left.
See that the strategy from Stan, that's worked so well in the second set. He's decided to stand a lot further back. He's not indecisive as to what he's going to do on the second serve. A couple of first serves, can't do a whole lot about those.
14-11.
Well, Stan's feeling confident about the way he's striking the ball, and when he's getting back up in the court, he's been able to turn the point around. Fritz hasn't been giving him too much to work with, but when he has, Stan has turned it around nicely.
Fritz.
And that's how good the first serve has to be, because if it's not, we've seen a big uptick in the second serve points won for Wawrinka when he's returning.
Fritz's.
Look at that uptick from set 1 to 2, Ryan.
Yeah, incredible improvement there. %16 improvement, if my maths is any good. And if you stick with us in the change of ends, I'll give you a nice illustration of what Wawrinka has done from the first set to the second set.
hanging in the Louvre.
13-11.
Wow. A little bit of a score shot execution there. It's not often that you see that kind of shot played on a half volley.
Well, Taylor actually apologised after that, so maybe he felt it was a tad lucky.
It was.
Let. Versus.
Probably see one of those a year. French Open finalist was Magnus Norman. Nice way to close out the third game of the third set.
2 games to 1.
Well, part of the Wawrinka's success when returning is down to how he handled the second serve of Taylor Fritz. And we're going to do a quick comparison from set 1 to 2. So he's a little bit all over the place with the forehand and the backhand returns in the opening set. Not sure if he wants to go forward or go back, but in the second set, very definitive about how he wants to handle that second serve of Fritz. Going back 4 meters and then some behind the baseline. And of course, he made 100% of those second serve returns. And that helped him improve his win rate when returning that second serve from 55% to 71. Good strategic change. Well, it's been a warm one today. But to those inside the 3 main stadium courts here, have been very fortunate. The roofs have been closed for the most part today. Once the heat stress index reached 5, matches on the outside courts were suspended, but of course they continued here on the Cain Arena, Margaret Court, and on Rod Laver.
They're getting back to play on the outside courts as of right this second. 7:15 was the restart time.
Always on it is RH. That's the voice of former top pro from America, Ryan Harrison, alongside me today. This is Wally Masur, former US Open semi-finalist was Wall.
That graphic you discussed, Robbie, during the sit-down where Stan has retreated on second serve way back behind the sign, the Melbourne side here, to make sure he gets that second serve into play.
14 love.
It's funny, isn't it, that Taylor and Ryan has chatted about this, that, you know, Taylor's not willing to serve and volley or change it up, knowing full well that all Stan wants to do is kind of spoon that back high and heavy and deep. It might provide him with an easy volley if he followed it in.
Fritz. New balls, please.
He's not big on coming forward, is Fritz.
Two games on.
There's one key difference right now with both these guys electing to back up on the return, and the difference being that the weight of shot they're getting on the second serve return. When Fritz is hitting the second serve return, he's not putting a lot on it, and Wawrinka is stepping in on the front foot and moving him quickly to the open court, and sometimes even wrong footing and going behind him. Of course, on the first serve return, Wawrinka likes to try and get the ball back in play, but when he's hitting the second serve return, he's getting a lot of weight on it and a lot of depth, which is allowing him to actually get back up, turn the point around, and that's why we're seeing Wawrinka have so much success against the second serve. Which is where we saw, of course, in set number 2, Fritz only won 29% of points behind a second serve. So that was a great adjustment there, and well illustrated by Robbie.
That's for you, he says. Bristling with enthusiasm. It's 3-2. I mean, it's pretty loud down there, Wally. Fans are so into it. Good atmos.
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm not exactly sure how many people this arena holds, probably 7,500, but it is absolutely packed. And the vast majority of the fans here are hoping for a Stan Wawrinka win.
You think it was a good decision to give him a wild card?
Yeah, I do. I do. I was sort of conflicted a little bit because he had received one last year as a former champion, and 2 is a little unusual. But I think the thing in his favour, Ryan, was that he had played consistently throughout the year. It wasn't like he just played a few events and had his hand out for a wild card. He was still working on his craft, and then he played brilliantly at the United Cup.
Yeah, I think it was very, very well deserved after the way he played the United Cup, and you can see he's lighting the house on fire.
Oh, we need a triple zoomer just to check that one. That's how close it was. That's a worldie. It's probably only about 3 square inches of court that Taylor could hit this ball into to win the point.
I think this is the one that hurts him when he's stretched out wide on the backhand side. Just pulled up a little short once again.
Tell you what, for a second there.
40-11.
Well, he doesn't get the point, but I tell you what, this sends a message, just the court coverage and where he's at halfway through this third set. If there was any questions about where he's at fatigue-wise, you can see that he's feeling pretty good.
Taylor Fritz.
It's pretty lethal with the serve +1.
3 games on. Love 15.
Well, for as much as we've talked about Wawrinka, Fritz has responded really well here in set number 3, and he has yet to drop a point on serve, has Fritz in set number 3. So this love 30 deficit here, it's a big hole.
It almost frees you up to go after returns when you're holding comfortably.
Without question, it frees you up on the return points. He's got 19 aces, no double faults. He's serving 72%, and he's yet to lose a point on serve here in the third set. So any of these points lost for Wawrinka could feel like he's facing a set down or 1 set to 2 down. That's a great return. Wally, how was the depth on that return?
Yeah, it was spot on. Gave it a bit of height through the air, close to the line, and just that little dip in concentration. I think the first point of this game, the ball shot off the service line, but the other forehand and that backhand there, just a little lapse.
Well, it's the California kid who secures the first break of the third set. And he's got a real pep in his step now. It's 4-3. won't back down. Of that you can be absolutely certain.
Well, he's got that mature approach to managing this crowd. Obviously, Wawrinka really energized them early stages of the second set and pretty much dominated the whole second set. But Taylor, you know, he was feeling the urgency, but I wouldn't say getting too flustered. If you're looking at overall how to manage a packed house against you, Fritz has done a very good job.
Stan will continue to look on the bright side of things.
I love it when the DJ's a tennis person and they know exactly what song to play and when.
And I think the band's name probably apt for Taylor Fritz. That's what he'll be out to do in tennis terms. Keep Stan down, hold serve here. Got to have that ruthless streak about you. All great champions. It doesn't matter what the sport is. They all possess that. Change of ends. Stan did have a chat to Damien Dumassois, the chair umpire. I'm not sure what he asked for or requested. Don't know if you saw anything there, Wal.
Saw it, but couldn't pick up on the conversation.
Fritz is one of the best from what I call a dead ball situation there. So it's a floated return. You think you're in the rally, but boy, can he hit it tight to the line with the +1 shot after the serve.
14.
Paul Anaconis coached a couple of the best spot servers in the history of the game. Referring to Pete Sampras and Roger Federer.
Well, these are Sampras and Federer-like service numbers here from Fritz.
You can see the physio in the corner there, about to come out.
Yeah, that's more than likely for Wawrinka after that quick little chat.
Just spectacular. Nothing like a single-handed backhand in full flow.
You were saying, Robbie?
There's not too many of them left. We saw a pretty nice one earlier today, didn't we, Wal?
Yeah, slightly differently produced. This is just so simple, strong base. Keeps his head as still as a rock.
Yeah. So Stan will force Taylor to step up to the line at least one more time in this set and try and serve it out 5-4.
Fritz leads 5 against the 4.
Boys, just refresh my memory. I'm down here courtside. I don't have the draw in front of me. The winner of this match, is that taking on Musetti?
That's correct.
That's right. Okay, so he had a brutal, nearly 5-hour match today.
Well, who does Musetti remind you of? If you think about being from a country where you have a top player who's so dominant and you're right there knocking on the door yourself and you have to be a little bit in the shadow but still got all the game, a beautiful single-hander. Does that remind you of anybody right now?
Yeah, there's some parallels there, isn't there? Musetti, of course, yet to make his mark at the very highest levels of the game as this man. But you think in a couple of years, it is quite possible. So no trainer there at end change. It's game on.
Well, Taylor Fritz, he's been dominant on serve here. Let's take a look. 21 aces and no double faults for this match alone. He steps up here to serve for set number 3. And Taylor Fritz in 2025, all he did was lead the tour in aces with 867 for the first time in his career, leading the tour with aces.
Right on cue. And his overall serve rating was second only to Yannick Sinner by 6 decimal points. That is superb tennis intelligence.
Well, that one he finally played on the right occasion, and being that Wawrinka was so far behind the baseline, expecting that Fritz was going to rip this ball, he hits this drop shot and Wawrinka is nowhere near it. He couldn't even put a racket on it. Very well executed and great decision making.
Just outstanding second delivery. Third ace. It's brought up 3 set points for Taylor.
Let first service.
Not quite sure what happened there, but that second serve was 118 kilometres an hour, and then he was all at sea on the following shot.
Two set points have come and gone. Make that 3 set points have come and gone.
Let's not it's not tension, is it, from Taylor Fritz? I mean, he's the 9th seeds. He's such an accomplished player. Not nerves.
I think we can read his lips there. What do we have here? Chance for Stan to break back. And it's quickly snuffed out.
And Fritz is telling himself to wake up. Do you see that little pat on the face there? He said, come on, wake up, wake up. Let him off the hook a little bit there. Flirting with the line in that first one, and the second one he just pushes it a little bit wide. I've never seen a Taylor Fritz second serve come in at 118 Ks before. That's about as slow as I've ever seen a second from him.
And that's the second one for the game at that speed.
Just caught a piece of the line. And he knows it.
I love that reaction from Taylor. He was like, I got away with one there. Wow, back edge.
That's top tier forehand strikes. All hands to the pump for Taylor Fritz in that third set. And he wrestles it away from Wawrinka. He's got a 2-1 lead now.
Fritz is a little frustrated with letting that 40 love slip back to face a break point, but he did a really good job there, staying aggressive. Let's take a look at the stats for set number 3. He did a really good job here behind the first serve. He hardly lost any points on serve at all until the later portions of that set. He was actually completely flawless through the first 3.5 games. Overall, very good though. 17 winners, 9 unforced errors. Never got broken, faced the one break point. It was after serving at 5-4 40 love. Wawrinka fought back to have the break point. But overall, we just saw a little bit too clutch there from Taylor. He didn't win a ton of return points, but he won the ones that mattered. He got all together for that break and then served it out.
change of ends here where, excuse me, change of set and a change of ends where it looks like Stan is finally going to go off and get some treatment from the physio. Generally, when the player leaves the court, it's probably in an area where he needs to take his kit off and he can't do it on the court, so maybe the hip or groin area. And in the meantime, those on John Cain Arena are going to enjoy a bit of Neil Diamond. Of course, if you're a fan of the Boston Red Sox, you would know this is one of their anthem songs that I think gets played at the bottom of the 8th, memory serves, every time they're playing at home.
It's so good. He's got a movie coming out too. Hugh Jackman, is that right? Hugh's playing?
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Hugh Jackman.
Okay, so that's one song. We're going to have another one. You won't have this song as well. So let's think about that.
I haven't seen anything yet as far as a medical timeout commencing, which means typically they'd still be in the evaluation stage. Once there's a commenced medical timeout, Taylor Fritz will get the nod and they'll start the clock.
Mr. Wawrinka is now ready to be off-court medical timeout.
There you go. Damien Dumassois is the chair umpire. From that announcement, the player will have 3 minutes of treatment. He's left the court. Tell you what, the MC on John Cain Arena is a good friend of mine, Adrian Franklin. We do a couple of the exhibition events, tail end of the year together, and he's a character. He owns this place. He's been here a couple of years now, and he never disappoints, always fires up the fans. DJ's gone for some really soft music to try and fire up the fans, though. I don't know if that's an unforced error or not.
Robbie, this is an Australian classic. Darryl Braithwaite, lead singer of a very popular band back in the 70s and 80s, Sherbet. Horses. This is the kind of song you drink at the end of the night when you've had about 20 beers.
Have you been there, Wally?
We've all been there, right?
That's brilliant, good knowledge. Oh, look at that, how clever is that? Tell you what, that is some serious commitment.
I'm always nervous to put this out there, but I think that that's on a pregnant belly. I think that that's a tennis ball with Stan the Man on a pregnant belly.
Yeah.
They're very original here down under.
I like the way he's thrown in Magnus's name as well. And when you do have fans that have made posters that are that good, they deserve to get on TV. That was some proper effort from that previous fan. What about this one? She's a fan of the American duo, Taylor and his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, we saw Morgan up there, stoic, giving a little bit of support for her man when he closed out set number 3. He's been around for a long time in his corner as he's been trending toward the top.
Career high ranking of number 4 in November of 2020 for Fritz. Currently ranked number 9. Medical timeout off court is now complete, which means that Stan will have to get his kit back on and will need to be out pronto. Of course, when he goes off court, there's an official with a walkie-talkie that goes with him and the physio. That's who Damien is chatting with.
Mike is saying, just relax. It's all good.
He looks a bit like a NASCAR driver with all the advertising on his shirt.
He does, Mike. Popular guy.
Ryan, a question for you. It's sort of interesting watching Taylor, as good as he is. You know, there's a couple of things I thought. Obviously, we've discussed the ability just to serve volley occasionally when Stan retreats, but very rarely does he change the flight of his ground shots. And I thought there was just one ball that he flighted up high on the Stan backhand. Stan had trouble getting over it, but I haven't seen it before or since. So he plays a very sort of one-dimensional game. Taylor, he just keeps coming at that one pace.
Yeah, Wally, he's pretty much maximized with the way that he plays. He serves big, he goes after the ball, but as Robbie was saying earlier, there's a bit of a reluctance to come forward. There's also a little bit of room that needs to be improved on the movement side of things. So a lot of times he's not willing to come forward, and he's not playing unbelievable defense. He's kind of one-dimensional. He's very, very good at what he does, but it's just the area in those big-time matchups against Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz that he could add a little bit, and I know that they've been trying to add that. I've talked to Paul about it, I've talked to Mike about it, and they're constantly looking at that, saying just go forward. And you can see a match like today as a prime example. Doesn't want to get in as much as he could, and some of those opportunities are definitely there.
And this match, of course, is still in the balance, but I guess I say that with a view in mind that if Taylor is to go forward and play some of those big names, he may need a little something extra.
Okay, let's kick off set number 4.
First game, 4th set.
It's been a match for the most part that has been highlighted. Short, sharp rallies. The serve plus one has dominated. Both players serving exceptionally well. Taylor Fritz up to 23 aces. I mentioned that the most aces Taylor's ever served, 32. He was actually right here at the Australian Open in the first round back in 2023.
Fritz. One yellow.
Of course, it's so easy to forget what a late bloomer Wawrinka was in terms of getting his hands on his first major. He was 28 years of age when he finally won one. Of course, Fritz has been to the finals of the US Open.
There's better defense there from Taylor. Just getting a little bit more depth in the ball when he's on the move.
The reason I mentioned that, of course, someone who hasn't won a major yet, probably the best player not to win one, is Sasha Zverev, Ryan, and he's 28 years of age now. There's Sasha. He's been to a couple of finals. Stan didn't have that luxury of being in any finals before his first one. It wasn't clean, but it was clean enough. And you could argue as well that perhaps that's been somewhat of a hindrance for Zverev. A lot of mental scoring there, especially in his first major final against Dominic Thiem.
Just catches the outside of the line. That would have been love 40. Well, this is a big moment here. Taylor Fritz has been serving so well throughout this match. 24 aces now. Double break point. It's a good stretch. Yep, well done. Obviously, Wawrinka went off the court there after the third set for that medical timeout, so you wonder if that's starting to problem him on serve a bit. He's got no aces and 2 double faults. He's got only 3 doubles for the entire match, so this second game here that he's serving, he's definitely showing some signs of fatigue in the legs.
Fritz,
Balls, please.
who sucks the life out of this Cain Arena crowd with an early break in the 4th set.
Fritz leads 2 games to 1.
We discussed just how well Stan was moving at the start of the match, but ever since he's had that injury timeout, when he came back, one of the very first points was a lob that went over his head fairly gently, but he didn't seem to want to push up and hit the smash. So I'm just wondering whether it's sort of a top of the leg, a hamstring, a glute, but something's just not quite right with his movement.
Time.
Taylor Fritz take this early break in the 4th set and tough it out. Have to cement a place in the 4th round. Lorenzo Musetti awaits the winner. There's some perfection.
He's got the ability, Stan. If he doesn't feel 100% physically, he can just start to unload and play pretty freely, capable of winners just like that.
Oh, yeah.
15-on.
Definitely looking a little compromised. I'll tell you what, with Taylor Fritz's shot making, you need to be at full fitness to take on the American.
Everything can happen. Come on.
They've been a great partnership, those two.
Let's go. Come on.
And Magnus he's the best of the best. I mean, he's right up there. You look at what he did with Robin Soderling before Stan and the way that he's taken Stan to the new heights that he has. He's done it twice now with players who are typically, you know, when he took them later 20s, outside of 10 in the world, and put them both right in the conversation. He's so good.
Just got that lovely Swedish demeanor, calm, confident. 2000 was the year where Magnus played some of his best tennis. Final of the French. He was a semi-finalist here, actually. Everybody remembers how good he was on clay, but had a good run here in 2000. And he's definitely looking to exploit the movement of the Swiss.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough what he did in the first 2 rounds, especially that second round, coming through a 5th set tiebreaker at his age. And he came out, he was moving really well first 2.5 sets.
Please.
Yeah, he's using that a lot now, recognizing the Swiss is reluctant to take off.
It's the first step, isn't it? That first dynamic step. If he's in the point and flowing, it doesn't seem too bad, but it's that initial push that he seems reluctant to take.
Yeah, that fist, quick fire, fast twitch.
It's not going to cut it.
Yes.
Well, he's sensing the finish line, Fritz, and Wawrinka, when you can't move to the best of your ability, it just puts that much extra pressure on you to go for even finer margins off the ground. Taylor's sensing the moment.
Very important 12th ace. To feel as much of that energy as he possibly can from the fans. One last hurrah. Wawrinka reduces the arrears, but he's playing catch-up in a big way
Fritz
here.
leads 3 against 2.
Serve is quicker than the split step. It's got the accuracy.
Time.
I'll tell you what, he has fought with every fibre of his redoubtable being to stem the youthful aggression of Taylor Fritz, Stan Wawrinka, and he will continue to do so. And the Aussie fans
Thank you.
are trying to transfer all their energy to him because he's going to need it.
Please.
Well, Wawrinka now, as we are 2 hours and 31 minutes into this match, has spent the most time on the court of anyone at the Australian Open in 2026. 10 hours and 24 minutes in total he's been on the tennis court.
Four tough sets against Laszlo Djere in his opening match. 5 gripping sets against Djere in his second round.
He's got that rhythm in the serve going today. It's 27 aces now in total.
Fritz leads 4 against 2. Oh.
Does such a good job of hitting through the ball. Doesn't wipe his racket across it completely, but there's initial momentum forward before the wipe takes place as the thin contact is introduced.
14.
Well, early on in his career, I remember talking to some of the older American guys, Marty Fish, Andy Roddick. He did a good job of hiding that conversation from us. But early on, they thought that that forehand could be a little bit of an area of target. He's improved it drastically over the years. And just as he did there, gets through it nicely.
Just such a clean hitter of a tennis ball. Another forehand that melts into his strings.
Fritz needs 4 games.
It's 4-3.
This doesn't appear to be something to do with the physio. There might have been someone who said something to him, or
1 minute plus 40 seconds. 30 seconds again.
it looks like he's asking about something going off the court. So maybe he's just asking if he were to go to the toilet break, how much time he would have.
Well, he's got an army of Aussie supporters. Of that, we are absolutely certain. They've provided so much energy to this match, but especially to this man. They have willed him along his way. Fritz has been so dominant on serve. In fact, the last break point Taylor faced was when he was serving for the third set. Should never have got there because he was up 40-love in that game.
That's ridiculous from Taylor Fritz. Moving backwards into his left, he's able to find the angle cross court, and Wawrinka's closing the net. Watch this angle. He's going toward the ball. He's going back away from the court, and yet he still flicks it across his body. Just out with the outstretched hands for Wawrinka.
Stan just has to remind himself of the game that Taylor played when he tried to serve out that third set. Maybe a little bit of nerves crept in. There was a double fault, a couple of errant ground shots. He's just got to hang in and make as many balls as possible.
Absolutely no question about it, but he's going to need some help as Taylor Fritz has been serving at a really high percentage throughout this fourth set. He's at 78%. He's only lost 3 points on serve in the entire set, so he's going to need Fritz to misfire a little bit as well. He's 1 game away now. Wawrinka, you have to say, after all these years here, coming to Melbourne, playing here at Melbourne Park, Rod Laver Arena, winning the title 1 year, all these given these Aussie fans. They've loved cheering him on here in his last edition down in Australia.
2014, he took down Rafael Nadal in the title match here. Nadal was #1 in the world at the time. All 3 major titles, he went through the world #1.
And of course, the versatility in his game to win 3 majors on 3 different surfaces, the way he's done it the hard way, continuing to work through.
Let first service. Let first service.
I have to correct myself there. 3 majors, 2 different surfaces, 2 different types of hard courts, but nonetheless both hard
Oh
courts.
yeah, the ability to win 3 different it's quite astonishing, isn't it, Ryan?
Well, it speaks to why he's been so successful for so long. He can vary and adjust his game based on the conditions, and as he's gotten older, he's had to be a little bit more aggressive, come to the net a little bit more. He used to hang a lot further back behind the court.
But perhaps the sands of time are starting to run out for Stan. 2 points away for Taylor.
Well, you know he's going to leave it all out there. He's not going to go down without leaving every ounce that he's got on the court.
And Taylor will have to step up to the line at least on one more occasion as Stan dashes for a quick bathroom break. It's 5-4 in the 4th. Well, whatever discomfort Taylor has had in this match, he's managed it pretty well.
He's been able to stay focused and not let that side issue that he was dealing with seep into other parts of his game. Refocused, obviously, after losing that 2nd set. Has played a really, really clean 3rd and 4th set to date on serve. He only lost 3 points on serve this whole set. But he's going against Stan and the DJ.
Stan's parents, how proud they can be of everything that their son has achieved in the game. He is back and he is ready to go. to have one more swing at the Fritz serve.
He's been so precise with the serve throughout this match.
Let. First service.
One for the rocking chair years from now.
15-13.
And how about that smile? Absolutely everything he's got is going to be left on this court.
The serve has been monumental today for Taylor. Match point to the American. Fritz takes down Wawrinka in his 20th and final Australian Open. There was a smorgasbord of shot making from both men. Fritz prevails. Four great sets of tennis. The American comes through 7-6, 2-6, 6-4.